And Namaskar, my dear friends. Today I am taking this lecture on the topic that is the respiration, which is a very interesting topic to study. So it is from the chapter 10, that is life processes. In my previous lecture, we were studied about the nutrition in human being. Now this lecture is on the respiration process, which is one of the life processes. So let's start. So what is the term respiration mean? What is the definition of respiration? Why it is so important for us? Yeah, some people tell that the respiration is the process of breathing, but it is wrong. That the respiration is not same as the breathing process. So what is the difference between these two processes? So first, you know that we are taking the oxygen in the inhalation process and we released out the carbon dioxide, right? So this process is the physical process in which we take the oxygen from the environment, and then in lungs there is the exchange of gases in which the CO2 comes from the blood and this CO2 exhaled out from our body. So this process is called the breathing process, right? And it is the physical process in which there is no chemical conversion involves, right? There is no release of energy, there is the no formation of ATP, right? There is the no breakdown of any molecule. So this process is known as the breathing process. But here we are talking about the process of respiration. So the respiration, it is at the cellular level, right? What is respiration? The process respiration, in which the simple molecules like the glucose will break down at the cellular level in the presence or the absence of oxygen, and then the formation of ATP. This process is known as the respiration. The process of releasing energy from the food is called the respiration, right? You can say like this also. The process of respiration involves the taking in oxygen into the cell, I told you, into these cells, using it for the releasing energy by burning food, and then eliminating the waste product, that is the CO2 and H2O, from the body. Yeah, it is I think it will not confusing for you. It is very easy and the simple process. Look, in this chart, in this figure, you can see that here is the glucose, right? Yeah, here you can see that it is glucose molecule. They are talking about these all events occur in these cells of our body. Where? In our cells, right? Glucose, where it is formed? In the small intestine, right? You remember the digestive system. Guys, you have to remember all systems, so you can easily relate systems to each other, because there is no not in our body like that these time digestion occur, these time respiration, and these in this time like these are only digestive system working. No, it is not right that like that, right? All systems work together, so you have to correlate all systems with each other. So for that you have to remember that in the digestive system, I told you that in small intestine there is the process of the final digestion in which the complex carbohydrate molecules convert it into its simpler form, that is glucose, and from that there is the fourth step occur, that the absorption process, in which the glucose will absorb through the villi, that is the finger like projection which is supplied with the blood vessels, and these glucose molecule enters into the blood, and then blood transport these glucose molecule into the cells, right? So these glucose molecules comes from where? From the small intestine through blood. Okay, so in glucose it is a 6 carbon compound, right? Okay, so glucose is a 6 carbon molecule. Now now in cell there is a jelly like material, right? You know that the matrix of the cell, which is called as the cytoplasm, right? So in cytoplasm of the cell, glucose molecule will break down into the 3 carbon molecule, that is the pyruvate or pyruvic acid also you can tell. Okay, so 6 carbon molecule is glucose, converts into the 3 carbon molecule and release some amount of energy, approx 2 ATP, right? Okay, you can see that the glucose is the 6 carbon molecule while the pyruvate is the 3 carbon molecule. So from the glucose there is the formation of the 2 pyruvate molecules, right? Because it is 6 carbon, now the pyruvate will form, it is of the 3 carbons, so 2 molecules will form, so 2 3s are 6, right? So in cell cytoplasm, glucose will break down and form the pyruvate molecule and release some amount of energy. Okay, these process occur in the cell cytoplasm. Okay, right? So here you can see that there is the no involvement of oxygen, right? There is a no need of oxygen for occurring this pathway, glucose to pyruvate. So this pathway is not dependent on oxygen. So you can tell that this pathway is one type of anaerobic pathway because it is not dependent on oxygen. Okay, and this pathway is known as the glycolysis. Okay, what is glycolysis? Wherever you read this term, the lysis, that means the breakdown of any molecule, and the glyco means glucose. So here the breakdown of glucose occurs, so this pathway known as the glycolysis. Okay, in which glucose will break down and form the 2 molecules of pyruvate and release the some amount of energy. Okay, done. So now here the pyruvate will form. Okay, so now if we are talking about the humans, okay, if the oxygen is present in the abundant amount, right? If the oxygen is present in the abundant amount, this pyruvate will go from the cytoplasm to mitochondria, where from the cytoplasm to mitochondria. Okay, this pyruvate will go from the cytoplasm to the mitochondria if the oxygen is present in the enough amount. You have to remember this. If the oxygen is present in the enough amount, pyruvate molecule that formed in the cytoplasm, that will enter into the one organelle, that is mitochondria. Okay, and it forms the carbon dioxide, water and the energy. Okay, once the pyruvate enters into the mitochondria, it will break down further and form one molecule of CO2, from the one pyruvate molecule there is the formation of the 3 CO2, right? Because in the pyruvate molecule there are 3 carbons. Okay, so result of the breakdown of the pyruvate molecule is the formation of the CO2 and the water and the some amount of energy. Okay, and this pathway is occur in the presence of oxygen only. it requires the presence of oxygen. So this pathway is known as the aerobic pathway. You know that if the respiration, that means the breakdown of any molecule and release of the energy, occurs in the presence of oxygen, then this type of pathway is known as the aerobic pathway, right? And if the oxygen is not required, or if the pathway occur in the absence of oxygen, so that type of pathway is known as the anaerobic pathway. Done? So if someone asks you about the aerobic respiration pathway in the human being, so in that question you have to write this content and also the description, right? You have to written all this, because this is the basic step, right? Occurs in the all pathways. So you have to write this compulsory, that the glucose to pyruvate formation, that is the pathway of glycolysis, right? And if someone asks you about the aerobic pathway, then you have to write this much. Okay, so it is very easy and basic. Now the pyruvate molecule, which is of the 3 carbon molecule, if you are doing the vigorous exercise, right, extreme exercise, that someone asks you that the exercise is the very beneficial for us, we have to do exercise, there are many benefits of the exercise, then you decided to do exercise, right? And you continuously doing exercise for approx 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour continuously, then that is somewhat lack of oxygen occur in your muscle cells, because they are doing vigorous activity, but they are not supplied with enough oxygen. The rate of its activity is higher than the supply of oxygen, right? Because your breathing rate is normal, right? There is somewhat increase in the breathing rate, but your muscles are doing vigorous exercise, so there is a lack of oxygen. Okay, so in these condition, what happens? In these condition, the pyruvate molecule converts into the lactic acid. What I use the term convert, not the breakdown, because lactic acid is also a 3 carbon molecule. There is a somewhat difference in the structure of the pyruvate and the lactic acid. Whenever you are doing these vigorous type of activities in your muscle cells, there is a lack of oxygen, and in that case pyruvate will converts into the lactic acid, and there is the formation of energy, right? Okay, I will tell you that in which step how many ATPs will form, right? In last, first you have to clear with these processes, then I will tell you. So whenever there is a abundant supply of oxygen, our body, our cells take this pathway for the synthesize the energy, that is ATP, and whenever there is the lack of oxygen, it will go from this pathway that form the lactic acid and the energy. Okay, so now if we are talking about the yeast, so yeast is the unicellular fungi, right? One type of fungi, but the unicellular. Generally fungi are the multicellular, but yeast is the example of unicellular fungi. So what is the process in the yeast of the respiration? That in yeast, this pathway is the common pathway in which the glucose will convert into the pyruvate, but in yeast is the anaerobic organism, because they don't use oxygen. So this pathway is known as the anaerobic pathway, in which the absence of oxygen, yeast will form the ethanol, carbon dioxide and the energy, right? They form the ethanol, that is the one type of alcohol, and the CO2 and the energy, right? Ethanol is the 2 carbon molecules, so 1 CO2 will release and the energy formed, right? Energy in the form of ATP. Okay, and this process is known as the fermentation. You know that there are some process occurs in the alcohol formation, right, in which they take these some grapes and all sugar cane and all, and in which they add some bacteria and the yeast, because they form, their byproduct is the ethanol, which is a alcohol, right? So this pathway is known as the anaerobic respiration. Okay, so basically there are you have to remember the 3 pathways, two for the humans and 1 in the yeast. There is in yeast glucose will convert into pyruvate, and these pyruvate in the absence of oxygen, where this is occur in the cytoplasm, right? These processes also occur in the cytoplasm. When there is the enough amount of oxygen, then and then pyruvate go into the mitochondria, otherwise it will stay in the cytoplasm. So you have to remember this. In the yeast there is the formation of ethanol, so this process is known as the fermentation. In the second process, in the muscle cell, there is the formation of lactic acid, and lactic acid, whenever there is the accumulation of the lactic acid in your muscles, there is the cramps occur in your muscles. Because of that, your pain, there is some amount of pain in your muscles, right? So this second pathway is occur in the muscle cell, and the last this pathway is the aerobic respiration. Whenever there is the enough supply of oxygen, all cells pass their pyruvate into the mitochondria. So you have to remember these pathways. Okay, now we will see in the textbook that what are they given. Okay, we have discussed the nutrition in the last session, and all these food material nutrition is used. The food material taken in during the process of nutrition is used in the cell to provide energy for various life processes. Okay, why you take food? Somewhere someone tells for the enjoyment, but exactly you are taking food for the energy purpose. If you are not taking food, if you are go for fast, then you feel that you are lethargic and you are not energetic, because the food has the carbohydrate, protein and lipids and the other various components that will provide you the energy. And for the energy purpose, there is the process of respiration, because the respiration is the only process from where the ATP is synthesized, and the ATP is very very useful for us because it is the energy currency of our body. If there is the no formation of ATP, then how you can do work? You cannot do any work, because the energy is in the form of the ATP, and ATP is synthesized by the process of respiration. So this pathway is very very important. Okay, and I am telling you that the ATP is the energy currency. ATP is the energy currency. So what is this mean? What is this mean? That if you are go in market and you want to buy something, you have to have money, right? So money you give to someone, they will give you your wanted things, right? So like that manner, here the ATP is the currency for the energy, right? If you are whatever you want to do, now I am speaking, right? You listening, and your brain is working, my brain is also working, and all this process occurs simultaneously. In these all processes there is the usage of ATP, right? Okay, So diverse organisms do this in the different ways. Some use the oxygen to break down glucose completely into carbon dioxide and water. Some use the other pathways that do not involve the oxygen, that is anaerobic. In all cases, the first step is the breakdown of glucose that I have already told you. That these pathway you have to write in all the questions, right? In all cases, the first step is the breakdown of glucose, that is the 6 carbon molecule, into the 3 carbon, that is the pyruvate. This process takes place in the cytoplasm. Further, the pyruvate may be converted into the ethanol and the CO2. The process takes place in the yeast during the fermentation. Since this process takes place in the absence of air, this is called the anaerobic respiration, and it is very important. Right? Breakdown of pyruvate using the oxygen takes place in the mitochondria. This process breaks up the 3 carbon pyruvate molecule to give the 3 carbon of the CO2, because pyruvate have the 3 carbon molecules, so it will give the 3 carbon, that is 3 CO2 molecule. The other product, that is the water, since this process takes place in the presence of oxygen, it is called the aerobic respiration. The release of energy in the aerobic process, in the aerobic respiration, there is a high number of ATP will form, because it will enter into the mitochondria, and there is a lots of enzymes that do the Krebs cycle and the ETC, electron transport system, right, or the cycle. So there is a large number of ATP will form in the aerobic respiration pathway. I will tell you soon that how many ATPs will form in each pathway. Sometimes when there is a lack of oxygen in our muscle cells, another pathway, that is the breakdown of pyruvate, is taken, in which the pyruvate converts into the lactic acid, and which is also a 3 carbon molecule. This buildup of lactic acid in our muscles during the sudden activity causes the cramps, right? The energy released during the cellular respiration is immediately used to synthesize the molecule called the ATP. Here the energy is released, and this energy used in the formation of ATP, right? And this ATP is used to fuel all other activities in the cell, right? All other activity. In this process, ATP is broken down to give rise a fixed amount of energy, which can drive the endothermic reactions taking place in a cell. What does this mean? That there are two types of mechanism. There are two types of mechanism. One is the endodermic and second is the exothermic. So what are these mechanism? If in any mechanism there is the involvement of energy, right? If there is for doing this mechanism, suppose a mechanism, for doing a type of mechanism, you have to give some amount of energy, you have to give. So these type of reactions are called the endothermic, because you are giving energy, there is a no release of energy, so that type of reaction is called the endothermic. But if the type B mechanism, in which the some amount of energy is released, right, so that kind of pathway or the mechanism or the reactions are called the exothermic reactions. Okay, so you have to remember that if you are giving energy for doing any reactions, that type of reactions are called the endothermic, but there is some amount of release of energy while the reaction is going on, so that type of mechanism, that type of reaction are called the exothermic reactions. Okay, so and also in endothermic reaction, generally the breakdown of any molecule occurs, so there is the bonds break. So here you can see that in the glucose molecule there is the 6 carbon molecule, right? There is a chain of 6 carbon molecule. So because of the breaking of bond, there is some amount of energy released. So this reaction is called exothermic reaction, right? Because here the energy is released. So this type of reaction is called the exothermic reaction, right? And there is a breakdown of bond. Okay, So this is the exothermic reaction. Now here the ATP will form, and this ATP used for doing other endothermic reactions. What am I speaking? Other endothermic reaction. Endothermic reactions are the reaction in which there is the supply of energy. You have to give energy. Here the ATP that formed is utilized for doing the other activities in which there is a need of energy, right? So if there is a need of energy, that type of reactions are called the endothermic reaction. So it is very easy. Now I am telling you that how much energy will form in each of the reactions, right? If there is the no involvement of oxygen, right? There is the no involvement of oxygen, then that time how much ATP will form? So in the anaerobic respiration, that is known as the fermentation, right? This is the lactic acid fermentation, and this is the alcohol fermentation process, in which there is the how many ATP will form in this process. Now I am telling you that in both pathway there is the net 2 ATP formation. Okay, how many ATP will form? Only 2 ATP will form. Done? So you have to remember this, that only 2 ATP, that is very low amount of energy, right? 2 ATP will form. But if you are talking about the aerobic respiration, then in this pathway total 36, or you can write 38 ATP will form. How many? 36 or 38 ATP, right? So hope guys you like this video, and if you have any query regarding to this topic, and if you have any confusion, you can ask me also in the comment box. You can ask me the questions, I will give you the answer. Okay, hope guys you like this video. Watch this video first and then read from the textbook, right? And also try to write your own that how much you can remember. Okay, so if you like this video, don't forget to like, share to the maximum students and your friends and the family members, and also don't forget to subscribe. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching this video. Thank you.